Hello, my Facebook peeps. I am Marlene Greiser. I am your Spoonie Health and Wellness Coach. Why Spoonie? Because I am just like those that I serve. I specialize in helping women who have autoimmune diseases and chronic disorders live their version of fit and well while sick. It is my mission to help you find your definition of fit and well. Through a tailored approach, we look at your overall health and wellness. We can modify and we can customize it to your own unique personal needs. This includes your fitness, your nutrition, and most importantly, your mental wellness. Provides you a mind, body, soul connection, and most importantly, your own unique definition of fit and well. I want to thank each and every one of you. Hey, Morgan. Each and every one of you for jumping in here that catch me live. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure when you come on live, you let me know that you're here so I can say hello to you. If you haven't done so, please take the time. Nice, Jocelyn. Nice emojis. Take the time. My two daughters are watching right now from their tablets. Snow day. But please take the time to subscribe to my channel. I do have a goal that I would like to hit by the end of January. I want to get to 100 subscribers. I plan on being here quite often. I want to do weekly live videos for you guys to bring you into the world of what a Spoonie is. And I know some of you might be sitting here saying, what the heck is she talking about Spoonie? It's in her title, it's in her intro. I'm going to talk about it a lot. You're already here on YouTube. I encourage you, search the spoon theory. It will explain to you exactly what a Spoonie is. And just like in my intro, I say I'm just like those that I serve. I myself have lupus. So the spoon theory is something that I really do relate to. And yes, I do self-identify as a Spoonie. So in my title, you will see it says business ownership while being a Spoonie. What I want to talk about today is how no matter what it is in our life, when we do have chronic conditions and we do have chronic illness, all avenues of our life become a little bit more challenging. Then you want to add into there owning and operating a business. That, for the common person, takes on so much. And then when you have these added obstacles that Spoonies have, it becomes even greater. And a lot of times we can get into, just like everyone else, we can get into the comparison game. So how is it that you not compare yourself, but on the same hand, do not let your limitations of your illness, your chronic condition, be a reason to not do something? I don't want to say use it as an excuse, because there is a difference between an excuse and a very valid reason to not be able to do things. And when you are someone who suffers from a chronic condition or a chronic illness, there are times you will have genuine reasons why you cannot do certain things. So it is very crucial. Hey, Janine, thanks for joining. It is very crucial that you come up with a plan beforehand. I know last year was a huge transitional year for myself. And a lot of times I did not have in place, in terms of running a business, certain safety nets, if you will, when it came to my business and how I was going to run certain things. One thing, my mindset was totally not wrapped around where it needed to be. I let seeing all the other entrepreneurs out there, when they would post up about their hustle and their grind, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, whether you have an illness or not, you know there's a lot of sacrifices you have to make. Late nights, early mornings, missing out on certain things. Well, as someone who has a chronic illness, that is already something that's on the plate. Like, you're missing out on things because of your illness. But burning the candle at both ends burns our butts. Let's just face it, we cannot do that. So we have to accept the fact, and I know, guys, I know this was very hard for me to do as well. We have to accept the fact that we might not be able to put in the long hours. So that's where it comes very essential for knowing what areas you are going to have to get help with in your business. And now I am specifically today talking about being a Spoonie who runs a business, internet-based, brick and mortar, however it is. You need to know there are times you're going to have to delegate. You're going to have to find that person that has that expertise in that area, because your time and your energy is very precious. So I found myself wasting so much time with my website, you know, the do-it-yourself. One, I have a perfectionist gene that goes through me, and if it wasn't looking how it was, then I wasn't launching it, but I was having such a hard time. I'm just going to tell you, plugins are not my friends. Not. So I had to get to a point where it was like, you know what? I'm going to have to invest in that area. I am going to have to put that off for someone else, because otherwise it will never get done. Maybe it comes down to where I know this is a big one for me, being a mom and being a wife. There are times where, you know, household things, maybe get yourself to a point where you can, if, you know, housework seems to be getting pushed to the side. My children are at an age where they can step in and take on more responsibilities. That's a whole nother broadcast on whether children should do chores or not. I really feel they should. But they're also not my little slaves. So they do step in. But I do want to get it to a point where, you know, I can have a cleaning lady come once a week to do like thorough, you know, the scrubbing and stuff like that. The stuff that I don't have my kids do, because I know when they do it, it's not exactly the way I would want it to be done. And I know both of them are probably watching this and they're like, Having someone come in, being able to get to a point where, you know, with the yard work, my husband works third shift. So there's times where it has to go on to the weekend, but I want the weekend to be family time. So I want to be able to hire someone that can mow the lawn, weed the garden, because honestly, it's stuff that I can't do anymore. And with my business, it's not time wise for me. I do love playing in the garden, so there are times where, you know, I will do the planting and stuff like that, but having someone else be able to take care of the general maintenance of it, amazing. So am I there financially? As of this point, as I sit here, I'm gonna be honest, no. But that is something I have on my vision board this year, that is something that is going to happen, because I know it needs to happen. It's something that causes a lot. We know that when she leaves you, you will go over it. You see, that's my daughter. She said, if I get a cleaning lady, when she leaves, I would go back over it anyway. Yes, that is an area I would have to work on letting it go. But the bathroom, I would definitely go back over, because that's one room that I don't think anyone can clean it quite as good as I can. But that's another topic of learning to let it go. But then looking in, you know, just trying to find avenues where maybe you can collaborate with people that you already know. Maybe there's a neighbor, say you have an expertise in a certain area that you can help them with, and in return, maybe they can, you know, help you with chores around the house. Find someone, connect with them, and see if there's a way that you can use your skill sets to help each other. So, you know, right now you don't have that ability to have someone come in and help you with chores around the house, but maybe there's something, the service, your business, that that you run that you would be able to help that person out with. So, back in the old days, the barter system, maybe that's what you use. It'd be a great way to help each other. I think this day and age, I don't know how it is around the world, but I know here in the United States, people have really got away from that whole community aspect of, it takes a village. And I'm not just talking about raising, a child or anything like that, but it takes a village where you look out for each other, you look out for your community, and you help each other out. I am blessed with an amazing, amazing neighbor, and I know I could call upon her at any time that I need help. We have an elderly couple that live across the street, and we're all always in our neighborhood here. We're always looking out for them as they look out for us. It's not something you really see this day and age anymore, but we can bring that aspect back. You can look for people in your own community to be able to help you. And look at it this way, you're also helping others to spread the awareness of what it's like to live with these conditions that we have. When you look at trying to do it all, one thing you have to surrender to in the Spoonie life is we can't do it all. It is so hard to grasp. And I know a lot of us, I know so many women that have the Wonder Woman complex. We think we can do it all, but we can't. And trust me, I know there's some feminists out there that are going to get ready to knock me down for saying that. We can't do it all. Everybody, every single human being needs help to do certain things. And here's the kicker, guys. There's nothing wrong with admitting and asking others for help. Nothing wrong with it. It took me just about my whole entire life to understand that and really grasp it and surrender to the fact that there are times I have to ask for help. Someone's going to have to help me. I'm a type A personality. I have a perfectionism gene in me, a little bit OCD. So it's very hard for me to release control to certain areas. But I also know if I try to keep all those balls up in the air, something is going to fall. So I have to delegate. And in business, I learned I need to have someone that can help me with certain trainings. And that's why I sought out mentors, coaches. If there was an area that I was unsure of, I made sure I have connected with a mentor, have got a coach in that area to help me with it. And if you yourself are a coach, just remember, every coach needs a coach. You do. You need to continuously learn and build upon your knowledge in your field and to better yourself, to be able to better serve your clients, your customers. So, if you want to look at asking for help as a weakness, it's not. It is a strength because it is going to make you a stronger person, a stronger leader, a stronger coach, a stronger consultant, a stronger expert, a stronger speaker. You name it, it will make you stronger. And guys, it also makes you, get this, relatable. That is essential. When you are running a business, you need to be relatable to those that you serve. And if you can sit back, and I know for me, I serve those who are just like me. And I have to admit at times, there are times where I have to say, no, that is not something I can do. I rather admit to someone that I cannot do that, find someone that can, instead of lie my butt off and try to do it and in the end up with a substandard piece of work. And actually, a piece of poo is what it would be if I did that. And it's actually very liberating when you get to that point and you turn around and you say, you know what? I need help with this. This isn't something I can do. This person asked me if I could deliver X, Y, and Z. No, I cannot. I have more respect for someone if they tell me, you know what, that's not my wheelhouse of expertise, but I do know someone who can help you with that. I have the utmost respect, and I will continue to go back to that person for their wheelhouse of expertise, because it means so much to me that I know they won't try to blow smoke up my hoo-hoo with crap. You know, it means more to me. And I think a lot of times we just view it as a weakness. I mean, when you have all these other issues going on to begin with, and, you know, it's a weakness to begin with, we don't want to add more things to us that make us feel like we're weak. But it's not weak to say that I can't do something. It's not weak to ask for help. It actually shows a lot of strength and courage to do that. Weak people lie. Strong people admit to the truth. Just remember that. Know that you are going to have to run your business a little bit different than someone who doesn't have the same challenges as you. And this stands true for everybody in the business world. No one is going to do it 100% exactly the same. We're all 100% unique. One thing that works for one person may not work for another. That's why there's so many different coaches out there, so many different expertise out there. Thank you for the love, Morgan. That's why there are so many different things out there, because not everyone is going to mesh equally together. So why do we put this unrealistic expectation on ourselves, thinking we have to do it exactly the way someone who doesn't have the same conditions that we have? Why? Don't do that. But I'm also saying, don't sit back and be like, I can't run my business because I have my illness. If you choose to run a business knowing that you have these conditions, you can, but it wouldn't be wise to then use it as an excuse. You need to come up with plans of how to deal with it. One of the things, live streaming is a huge, huge part of my business now. I know what days this is where figuring out my anchor broadcast on what days I'm actually going live and at what times I need to be doing that is huge. And I also surrender to the fact that in the beginning here, the month of January, I know I'm going to be draining myself at times. But that's why I also have it set up that on the weekends, nothing is happening. They are pajama days, because I'm going to have days where Wednesday I did 5 live broadcasts, Wednesday night out by 7:30, you know, and it might not seem much to other people, but I also know I have to sit down and I have to have on hand recorded videos that if I can't on Facebook, or if I can't here on YouTube, get to that live, and it is my day that I have an anchor broadcast going, there's still video content coming out. There is still content coming out on that day, because my viewers and my followers are now aware that this is the day and this is the time that something is coming. So I'm making sure that I am recording those things, getting them done so I have that safety net. Getting myself a personal assistant is huge for me. I had tried one, it didn't work out. So now, moving on from that, but getting a personal assistant is a virtual personal assistant. Being able, there are certain things that they are going to help me with, things that I don't have to personally make sure I'm doing. I have to do my lives. I have to do that. I have to do my video content. I have to do my Zoom calls for the meetings that are going. But you know what? My personal assistant, for my posts that I have, she can make sure that the scheduling is getting done that needs to be done. Things on that aspect. She can help me keep track of my calendar and my appointments. Those things. I love the fact of her being able to, or he, if that ends up happening, but most likely will be a she, just certain areas that I know have suck time. Also, the one girl that I'm looking at, she's really good at websites. So I'm thinking I might be going with her because she can help me with my website when I'm having issues with things. So I'm learning I have to have that there because there are things that I cannot do. I'm looking at expanding in different ways. There's stuff that my husband is taking on in the terms of business and we're going to be doing together. So I know I can't spread myself too thin. In the spring, my daughter starts track. That's something I need to make sure my schedule's cleared for. Having a personal assistant reminding me, you can't schedule that then. You know, having that backup, because I'm just going to tell you guys, and any of you who do have chronic conditions, chronic illnesses, autoimmune diseases, a lot of us, we have brain fog that goes along with it. Focus, not there. I have alarms, I have reminders, I have sticky notes, and things still get through. So having a personal assistant is another level of prevention for me, if you will. So I just want to remind you guys, just because you have these unique obstacles as a Spoonie and being a business owner, one, do not let it be an excuse to not be the best that you can be. But two, you have to remember you cannot compare yourself to those who are in the grind and the hustle that don't have these unique set of obstacles. I encourage you, reach out to other business owners who are like you. If you're watching this, reach out to me, send me a message. You can drop me an email, marlenegreiser@fitandwellwithmarlene.com. I would love to help support you in any way that I can. There are communities out there on Facebook that you can connect with people who are just like you. Get that support that's needed. But I encourage you, don't find someone who is an excuse giver, because you need to have an accountability partner who is going to say, you know what, yeah, that is something you really can't do, but on other times, yeah, that you're giving yourself an excuse. You can do it. It's going to take you a little longer to do it. So let's come up with a way that you can get it done. So make sure you are giving yourself a break and not comparing yourself to other business owners who don't have the same obstacles, but on the same note, you're not letting your illness or your chronic condition be an excuse of why you're not propelling your business to the next level or you're not succeeding. Because there are Spoonie business owners out there who are making 6 figures and more, and they started exactly at the same spot you are. They just chose not to let their unique condition be a limitation. They found a way. I love to, when I'm working with my clients, I tell them every obstacle that's lie down right before you. You have a choice. You can go over it, you can go under it, you can go around it, or you can plow right through it. But there's always a way to deal with that obstacle. You have to customize how you're doing things. If you have to modify how you're doing it, whole point is do it. Find a way that works for you and do it. But do not compare yourself, because no, our hustle and our grind looks a little different than the average business owner and entrepreneur. But we still can do it. So until next week, next Monday, I will be back on here for a live. I just want to remind you guys that your health and your wellness is not a destination. It is a journey. And just like any journey, there is no need to take it alone. When we come together, amazing things happen. Just like my favorite quote says, when you replace I with we, even illness becomes wellness. Until next week, you guys have an amazing weekend. Bye.